And it also shows that he still tries to keep a distance from his work, because he still finds it scary to get emotionally involved, and so he especially tries to be distant from his colleagues, and he doesn't really want to make any friends. And then it gets even deeper, because he says, listen, if there's one surefire rule I've learned in this business, is that I don't know anything about curiosity, I don't know anything about human nature, that's not part of what I do. This is my business, and what I call get emotional is that it's very important for him not to be emotional, and that's a great piece of irony. And he acknowledges he's socially awkward, he doesn't get human nature. Neither do I. All that silly stuff, compassion, love, friendship, staying awake after sex, actually caring about other people's feelings, being polite, and not using the word cunt in every single sentence. By the way, I don't do that much, do I? At least not while I'm on camera. I probably do it more when I'm relaxed, but when I'm relaxed, I'm also watching Seinfeld, and I don't want you to know about that either. I mean, really, who would want anyone to know that they're watching Seinfeld or Winx Club? I mean, but there would be nothing wrong with it if you did right away, right? I mean, it might be a girl's show, but other people watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, you actually have a point. Exactly, because My Little Pony Friendship, if people can watch it, yet I get criticized for watching Winx Club, and that totally explains, even though a lot of boys watched it, but I'm too old for it. But you're not too old to play with pony dolls, because yes, you collect them. Everybody knows. Give up on it. Yeah. And also the acting is fantastic. Many of the leading actors are fantastic, but even the smaller roles are made very realistic and deep by their performances, who do a lot with very small characters. Gene Hackman can so detailedly look silent, he can be so subtle and talk silently. He can also be conflicted, sad, stressed, worried, cranky, yet loving, desiring, curious, and sad, and also depressed and longing, and also guilty, and be stressed awkwardly. He can also be nice, and he can also really be caring and also be worried. His performance is just really amazing. It's one of the best performances by any leading actor in a movie ever. It's so subtle, so intense. He works with his eyes, with his bodily movement. He can really get the loneliness, the awkwardness, the bumblingness across, the professionality, the depression, and also the general coldness, while at the same time getting across the fact that he actually is principalic and really faithful. And John Cazale can really be whiny, but also friendly and talking, curious, and really natural. And his performance is really in the facial expressions as well as the voice is intense as well, and it's also very multi-layered and deep. And Cindy Williams is really subtle and nuanced and really silent yet sweet and secretive. Harrison Ford is menacing, manipulative, cold and smooth, but unfortunately he is Ford. Stop lying that Lucas is a bad actor as director. Well, actually that's for another video, but that cannot be said enough. Lucas is God. I mean a saint, yes. I'm working on that. I'm gonna get him to be a saint. Even though he's technically not a Catholic, I'll work my way around that. To kind of go like this. Make Lucas a fucking saint, Pope! Fucking right now! I'm not gonna fucking ask it again, you motherfucker! You're the Supreme Pontiff and you're the successor of Peter. But you're gonna fucking do it! Because you might have the keys of the kingdom of heaven, but I have a gun! So do it! No! And you can excommunicate me, but then I'm still gonna shoot you. Granted, they tried to do it with Jean Paul and he lived thanks to Mary. Yes, she's awesome, Our Lady of Fatima, the Perpetual Virgin. Jesus' brothers weren't the children, but that's not the point. Make Lucas a saint! Something like that. So, where was I again? Something about how I thought that Matthew was critical of The Lion King because he doesn't really like Simba, claiming that he's too obnoxious even for a kid. But he only piles on the negative things he does, and he also takes them out of context. It's kind of like what he does with Anakin. You know, with Anakin he also ignored a lot of the good things he did. And I think that similarly he does that stuff with Simba, like the part where he tries to protect Sansa. That was pretty nice. You know, pick on someone your own size. So, yeah. Robert Duvall's mysterious, silent, dark, brooding, dangerous, menacing, and foreboding, and overall the cast is just great. And the film, although not having loads of special visual effects, has great production values. The set design is really detailed, the sets are immensely realistic, look old and of real expensive materials, the props are really bleak and all dark and broken down, the costumes official, adding to the secretive feeling, the direction is elegant with loose movement and haunting, being really stressful with intense and also slow, eerie movement, and really fast, mysterious setups from far away angles that vertically spy on someone and still shots, making it feel like there's a hidden camera. The cinematography is dark and creepy and intense, with many dark tints, but in the corporate scenes it's colorful yet bleak and has fast city backgrounds, and in the Roman scenes it has subtle colors, and the lighting can also be haunting and mysterious, and have many silhouettes. The sound is extremely poignant, stressful, dark, eerie, and tensionful. The sound design is really one of the most fantastic aspects of this film, which of course fits how it's about bugging people and about recording tapes, and it's one of the most praised aspects, and it's totally deserved. Walter Brooks. The music is really dramatic and worn out and tiring and emotional and hopeless and stressful, adding to the dramatic feeling, and it's fantastic that it's done on just one piano and it's still awesome. And the special visual effects of blood and editing technology are amazing, really detailed and organic, and the editing is really stressful, slow, tensionful and haunting. And the conversation made 4.420 million, so it made $4 million and about $420,000 on a $1.6 million budget, and that made it very financially successful. That was not really a giga blockbuster like Coppola's other three big films from the 70s, but it did so really well in home media and in rentals, although again not as much as Coppola's other three big films from the 70s. It became a little bit obscure. The Godfather, Platoon, Apocalypse Now were even more successful, but it still got universal critical acclaim with praise for the plot, the characters, the themes, the suspense, the space, the atmosphere, the dialogue, the acting, the direction, cinematography, sound design and editing, and it did even better over time, getting 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. With the consensus, this tense, paranoid thriller presents Coppola at his finest and makes some remarkably advanced arguments about technology's role in society that still resonates today. And it also has an 8 on IMDb, which is really high, although not an ultra high score like Francis Ford Coppola's other three big films from the 70s were, with a 9.2 for The Godfather, equal to Shawshank Redemption, a 9 for The Godfather Part 2, and for Apocalypse Now an 8.6. So, Positive Pat, you know what to do. Torture them for that. An 8 on IMDb. One guy who disliked it on Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, we're gonna need to do the ultimate plan. Push the red button. Spam their YouTube accounts. Oh, and their Twitter accounts, that's really going far. And while you're at it, murder everybody in Romania. Too many people are Eastern Orthodoxes there, and I know we're doing ecumenics with them, but they strongly oppose it a lot of the time. Don't kill the United Romanian Church with Rome, though, you know, the Romanian Catholic Church. So you kind of have to nuke the places where you know there are no Catholics. Or where there are a few. I mean, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So if there are only a few Catholics, you can kill them. Now, that might sound a little bit fascist, but that's the way Star Trek is. And that's what the left supports. Because the Nazis were left-winged! Yes, I wanted to throw that in again. So, now that we are done, we're almost done with the review. And I know what you're thinking. Thank you, God. No, thank you, Mary. Thank Mary! Okay, where was I? It did very well with audiences, although again not reaching as wide an audience as Coppola's other three big films from the 70s, but it did still do well, even better with them over time. And it also received an 89% rating on the audience ratings of Rotten Tomatoes, and it got a pretty big fan base, which, although it did again not become as big as that of Coppola's other three films, it still grew over time. And it had tremendous cultural impact at its release and over time, although again not as much as Godfather, but still greatly influenced sound design and paranoia thrillers and ideas of surveillance. And also, it got a lot of awards. It got nominated for 1 many awards, including winning Coppola's first Palme d'Olive at the Cannes Film Festival, and also got nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including 2 crucial ones, Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay, while Coppola also was competing with his own The Godfather Part 2 that year, which also got nominated for Best Picture and for Best Adapted Screenplay, and which got nominated for Best Director, and this one also got nominated for Best Sound, in the same year as The Godfather Part 2, so that was really like his year. It was like the high point of his career. And also in 1995, it was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant, along with Barney 6: The Hate Crime, another really underrated film. Yes, I'm gonna rebuke your franchise failure for that, Alex Chris, along with Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, but mainly Barney 6: The Hate Crime. Even a short mention of that movie being bad is going too far. Oh, and Jurassic Park 3 was pretty good too. But Barney 6: The Hate Crime was like the perfect continuation of Barney 5. What was it again? The bank robbery? Or was it the child molestation caper? Both of them were fantastic, and I thought that this film kind of completed the themes of that. So I think it's mostly fairly rated. The Conversation, because of all the praise it got. And now this is considered in the league of Coppola's other 3 big films in the 70s, although it's kind of on the bottom of there. Kind of like The Abyss. But I do think it's slightly underrated, because although it's the least of those 4 films, it's still really close. And I mean really close in the league of those other 3 films. It deserved to get widespread appeal, to be known by everyone now, and to be giga blockbuster. And it deserved more Academy nominations. I mean, there was no Academy Award nomination for Best Director and not a nomination for Best Leading Actor for Gene Hackman. I mean, I'm gonna need to use this some more. And The Conversation also helped further cement Coppola's reputation as a top-of-the-line filmmaker after Patton had given him some status as a writer, but THX 1131 had sustained and aided him just a bit, but The Godfather made him huge, and American Graffiti had multiplied this because he was a big producer on that, and it was what launched Lucas' career very much. So, meanwhile, he was working on The Godfather 2, which soon would become an even bigger success. And along with this would totally put him at the high point of his career. And then later on, he would also do Apocalypse Now and be very successful with that. So, overall, this really helped him in his high point phase to continue and to also make a lot of money and get even more critical acclaim with the fantastic Apocalypse Now. So this film, along with The Godfather Part 2, helped him really become a fantastically successful filmmaker. But after that, Apocalypse Now would make him legend. Wait for it! Derry. I'm sorry about that. So The Conversation was a great production and a great film, and we're all gonna forget about the Derry joke, and I think it's mostly underrated, but it's slightly underrated for the lack of widespread appeal it had. And I advise you to go see it, and buy it, or rent it, and write an ultra positive review of it. Become a fan, and become a fan of me, and subscribe, and rate, and comment in any random order. And help to give this film an even more intense cultural impact and reputation along with me, because I'm also underrated. Because my review said so, and you should trust me. Because I just said it. So I give it a 10+, and I'm done now, so fuck off. Oh really, get the hell out of my house. Go!